see here. Checking to see if we're live here. Should be like any moment now. Hello, everybody. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? I got so many tabs open, so much stuff to show you guys today. So just let me know if you can hear me and you can see me, and the music's not too loud, the rain noises are not too loud. Just let me know. I'm gonna give everybody a little bit of time to hop on here. How's everybody's Tuesday going? Brand new week, brand new month too, of course. So that's exciting. I feel like every time there's a new month, I'm thinking of what important things I want to do that month, and I have so many important things this month in particular that I have to handle, like some adult stuff, some creative stuff. You know, we're in the process of moving and finding a new place. Finally going to be moving into a house for the first time, which is going to be really, really amazing. Never lived in a house, just me and Hannah and the dogs. So super excited about that. Don't hear much of the music. It's probably because I have it too low or I have it off. Let me see here. Let's see. Maybe I'm not sending the music to you guys. Let me fix that. I'm a huge advocate for having some background music playing. I feel like it changes so much about... You guys hear that now? It's part of the mix. Apologies. You hear that? Testing? Okay, yeah, we got it now. Cool. Well, I'm going to go over a little bit of what I want to do with these types of streams. You know, like one of the things that we want to continuously offer you guys as Imaginators and as people that are supporting us building this Imaginator community and what we're doing here in Unlimited Wisdom and with my dad, Robert Hollis. I just want to offer more and more value to you guys as I can. And I feel like as we've been going through, thank you so much for the donation, Dad. It's funny, it's going back to us. But yes, you guys can donate again. The donations go to charity. It's another one of the reasons why I'm doing this. If you guys, in the future with these, I would like to do some forms of collaboration and even help you guys make certain things. And when I do those types of things, sometimes I'm going to lean on you guys because Imaginators is cheap and say, listen, if you could do like a donation of anything to charity in here, I'll make you a quick, you know, banner graphic or something along those lines. And I could get to show people how to do it, and then money goes to charity. So it all kind of works out for the best. So I also don't know the exact schedule at which I want to do these. This is kind of a new, fresh idea that I came up with after the last Imaginators call. After I was on that call, I was able to help so many people out with ChatGPT, and I had so many questions. And I think one of the #1 things that we do get asked pretty consistently is like, you know, just for more access to me specifically with the AI stuff, because when we have the Imaginators calls, they go on Sundays, and they're such great calls. I just don't always want to take up all those calls with my tutorials and all these different types of things. So that's where these come in, right? I'm calling them the Imagination Hour. It's just kind of like an idea I came up with. Doesn't mean it's just going to be an hour, but I'm going to try to do at least an hour and share some of the new AI updates with you guys, some of the new things I'm playing around with, some of the ways that you guys can take AI and use it to the next level to build your businesses. And I have a poll that's going on. If all you guys could answer it, because I'm curious, right? Like what elements right now, and if it's all the above, I get it. Just pick one that you guys think is the closest to what you want right now. Like I get if it's all of them. but just pick the one that's closest to you right now with where you want to be. And this will kind of help me refine what I talk about on these calls, because some of them will, or not calls, wow, these shows, because what I want to do is kind of help you guys in the areas that you're needing the most help with. So whether that's, listen, I want to utilize AI for personal development or personal growth, or really to like figure out what I want to do or what I should be doing. Maybe you already know what you want to be doing, but you want to add AI in the marketing or the recruiting aspects of that. You know, I know we have some people here that have their own businesses, some people that are in other businesses and opportunities. So I'm more than open to answering any of those questions for you guys, because I believe by asking them, we can also benefit the whole community as a whole, and having just like this huge amount of questions and answers. And there's also a way, believe it or not, with YouTube to like ask question, do Q&A right in chat and stuff. So I will utilize some of those tools, but before we get into anything Q&A, I always like to start with going over some of the cool new updates and some of the cool new things that you can utilize inside of AI to help grow and build things. And then we'll open it up for questions, or before that, I might go into a little bit of what I've been up to, because over the Imaginators call, I shared kind of what we've been doing over here with AI, whether it's making campaigns or emails or marketing stuff, and what I've been doing and how I've been utilizing it. So thank you so much, Melody, for the donation. I don't know why they're not popping up here. I'll have to fix that. Once again, I'm connected to like 12 different YouTube channels, so they're just not going off for the Robert Hollis channel, but I'll get that fixed, so you guys can see your donations up there. So with that said, I'm going to kind of go into a bunch of different tools, but before I do that, I'm going to switch over here. You guys are going to lose the rain sounds. And then I'm going to show you guys my website, right? So yes, this might seem like I'm pitching you guys, even though you're already part of Imaginators, but you know, I just want to point out that if you go to infinitevariance.ai and scroll down here and put in your email address, I'm not doing a lot with this like right currently, but as I grow and build, doing all this stuff that I want to do in July, like I said, this is a large part of it, right? This community that I'm building is specifically for people that want to be storytellers with artificial intelligence. So like making movies, making commercials, making, you know, even commissioned work and stuff like that. So doing this as a job or a career, or making a, you know, a web series on YouTube based off of your story. This community is specifically niche to that, because what we want to do in Imaginators is help inspire you guys and pinpoint you in the right direction. But I'm not going to go into like sophisticated details about storytelling in here, even though that is the #1 answer here. I kind of want to not make this a whole entire community about just that. I want to leave things open for the other elements of AI that are really exciting, like the marketing aspects of it or the learning and personal growth aspects of it. So yeah, go to this website, put your email address in. You can scroll around and see some of the stuff we're up to and I'm up to, and see where we're going with it. I do plan on streaming, once again, a lot more of me like making stuff with AI, and that's where these shows come in particular. Is I wanted to find a spot where I could teach you guys and share things and answer questions for the Imaginators community and the community Unlimited Wisdom, but then have my own separate streams where it's personally like just mine, where I'm just making stuff. Like I'm not really answering questions. You guys could just, it's more like watch me do the process, right? This is going to be more like watch me do the process of teaching tutorials of how these things work, answering questions and stuff along those lines. If that makes sense. So we're going to get into a bunch of different tools now. Thank you so much, Craig, for sharing my website and everything like that. There's a couple of AI updates that have happened over the last week. Let me turn down the music a little bit. One of them is Suno.AI now has an app. I've been playing around with it a little bit on my phone, not too much, but this app allows you basically to make music on your phone. And one of the really cool things about it as well, You guys okay? Sorry, my corgis are going crazy. One of the really cool things about this app in particular is Suno actually has a new setting here that allows you to upload audio. Now, here's the thing. If you play piano, I would love to. I want to learn. I'm going to do a whole YouTube video about this. I've teased it. But I'm still in the process of making it. It's not going to be something live, but I'm sitting down. Thank you so much, James, for your donation. Love and appreciate you guys so much. The kids are going to love it. Thank you guys very, very much. It's great to see that you guys not only support the community and what we're trying to do here so much, but then also just constantly bringing your own value and what you have to share to this process. Like, I'm so proud of us. I gotta say, moving into the summer and seeing where we're going with this, especially with where the world's going, I feel like we're like a light in the darkness, if that makes sense, right? So the more we can do these lives as a community and the more we can get together, we can kind of be that light in the darkness for a lot of people. You know, like a lot of people right now are trying to figure out what they're going to be doing next or what they want to be doing after the new AI changes, or maybe career-wise things are going downhill in certain areas. And you're like, what am I going to do next? I believe that this is the spot where you can figure that out. And we're here to help you not only figure that out, but support you guys through that process. And we're like not the only ones, you know, like the reason I'm doing these lives, another reason is I've been streaming games and other things, so I've been getting more comfortable in front of the camera and streaming and doing these. But another thing is to challenge myself, because one of the number one things that I think I deal with streaming and with doing this stuff, and I think a lot of you guys can relate with this, right, is consistency. Right? Like, it's very easy to talk yourself out of going, hey, I'm gonna just take today and I'm gonna focus on this. I'm not gonna make content today because I'm tired, or I don't really feel like being in front of the camera. I don't really feel like recording things. And so I'm just going to, you know, do the background work. And I do this a lot. But I actually am starting to find that I really love doing this. Like, that maybe call it a DNA or something like that, if you want to say that, from my family or from my dad. But I really do love getting on here and talking with you guys and sharing what things I have to offer. And I was sharing as well, and the amazing Craig Jackman made this into a short. But the other day I was talking about how you should remove yourself from the process and just be excited and share with people. Don't get so much attached to like outcomes. Don't get so much attached to like what it reflects on you or how people perceive you. Screw that. We're here to just create and make things. And I'm here to do that by leading by example. Like, I think that's another huge element to this for me, is I just want to, if I'm like the dog in the front of the pack, right? I don't know what analogy I'm using here. We're gonna talk about like or those dogs, right, that they race. Siberian Huskies, right? They do like the sled racing and everything with them. And there's like the lead dog, right, or whatever. So I think something that ends up happening is people get excited about watching people do things. And one of the coolest things about streaming and this process of where the world's going is, wow, what a great situation to be in, where like I can actually live show you the process. And this is becoming so much more the case that I've actually seen people make video games live and talk to people all day, and they have 10,000 people watching them. They're making a full-time income streaming live, making video games, right? And answering questions or doing whatever. And so I've seen people do that with programming. I've seen people do that with music and knitting and all different kinds of things. And so I'm going, you know, I want to be one of those people in that process. I'm going to lead by example. I'm going to keep making stuff. I'm going to help you guys make stuff. And we're just going to take this to the next level in unlimited wisdom. I want there to be so many imaginators in here in a community that we could do a live event and just fill the seats with you guys and just be excited and jacked out of our minds about what we're creating and what we're doing. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to get into this stuff, rant over. I'm going to take a quick sip. Thank you once again, Craig, for sharing. You're amazing. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So Suno has this ability where you can upload audio, right? And with the phone app, you can upload audio from your phone. So that means you could do a like a beatbox. I suck at it, but I'm not going to try it. But you could do like say you have your piano, right? You could play a melody, record it onto the Suno app on your phone, and then create a whole song on your phone with that melody with AI, which is crazy because some of those things, you know, the more AI grows, one of the greatest things about it is that it's learned so much more on the side of input. Like it's so much better at us being able to give our own input on it, right? Like instead of the process being more of a slot machine, right? Like you're pulling it and you're going, I hope this song's good. And I have a bunch here that were that way, right? Pre these tools. Now I could go, man, you know what? I really love that rising beat of that song or that crescendo in that that specific melody or whatever it may be. And I can go in there and take that element and upload just that element into here and add a song description and get a song similar with the elements that I want. It's almost like being a DJ, right? Because what DJs do is they take certain elements of songs and they mix them together, and they're more like living in the flow, right? If you've ever been to a DJ event or something like that, you know what I'm talking about, where it's more a response of the crowd and them playing with the crowd and the music than it is the other way. But now we get to do that with AI. So you get to bounce it off of it and go, you know, I like this sound. You could hit this bottle, and I've showed things, it's invisible, but you could hit the bottle on something and make a small tapping noise that you like, and then upload it and make a whole song out of just that tapping noise and say, instead of that tapping noise being the bottle, I want that to be a beat. I want it to be a boom, 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 boom. And then now you've got it. Now you've got the background beat for your, you know, if you wanted to make an album, you can. I've seen a bunch of people use Suno already and make full albums, especially since the upload audio feature has come out, because not everybody, some people are proficient in music and are instrumental by nature, and maybe they play one instrument, but they don't play the rest, and they have no desire to go through some of those digital programs and learn them on how to play those different elements, like maybe with a keyboard or something. Here's how you could fix that, right? So now you can go and you just play the elements you want, and then right in here, I want certain other certain elements in there and get them. So it is very, very cool. I haven't played around with it yet. I'd love to do a video, or maybe I'll do a live on my channel specifically where like I'm making stuff and try my best to like make a whole album out of this, right? Like it might take me more than a day, but it would be cool to see, right? So yes, you could download the app. I think it's only on Apple App Store, the iOS App Store. I think this is the right link. So I'm gonna copy this link. I'll post it in chat for you guys. That should link you directly to the iPhone one. And if you have an Android phone, I don't know what they're doing. Like some of these things are only available on Android, and then some of them are only available on Apple, not like both at the same time, which is odd, but it will be eventually, right? So another feature that is really, really cool, and I'm going to mute the music out for this part. I shared this video in the Imaginators group, but I don't think you guys realize how amazing and cool this is if you ever shot video in public ever before, right? So like I have wireless microphones and stuff because we've done a lot of filming and shooting through the career that I've had and been working with my dad. We've done a lot of videography work and shot a lot of videos, as you guys know. I can't even count how many. And so we have like the wireless mics and all these things that are expensive. So then if we go out and like say shoot something at the beach, right? Or in a public place, that we won't lose his voice to the crowd of people, right? It's better at isolating voice. Not everybody has the ability to go buy all those DJI expensive wireless mics and everything like that, nor do you want to do that process. Sometimes you just want to use your old-fashioned phone. Now inside of 11labs.io, and I'm going to post this in here, they have this voice isolator tool, right? So you could take, say you have a video that you shot with your family at the beach, but it's like really loud and windy, or there's a lot of people talking in the background. We're now at the point where, and I'm going to play this video here.
Need to remove background noise from your video? Use our new voice isolator model for crystal.
I'll open this up. I want to save it. I'll open this up in a new tab here, or go full screen with it so you guys can see.
Clear audio
Or not.
every
It's
time.
an audio thing. I don't need to show you physically or visually, but you know, he's blowing a blower at
Need
it,
to remove
right?
background noise from your video? Use our new voice isolator model for crystal clear audio
Is that
every
not
time.
insane? Like, it's insane to me, every single new element that comes to AI, and I know that they'll come more to like the individual tools, but it still blows my mind that 11 Labs now is at the point with their AI that they can isolate vocals through all of that background noise being aimed directly at the mic. Now he is using a omnidirectional mic. This is a Shure SMB mic, so those are pretty good. But I am going to go out and record something in public, hopefully this week. And I'm going to try this. I'll record it and see how it works and share it with you guys, because I'm curious to see if I actually tried to shoot a video in public with the wireless mics and then took those off and shot a video just with the phone camera and then uploaded the audio to here, if I could actually just do that. Because if I could, that is actually like really insane, right? And I'm also not sure like how it would like anytime I see something new like this, my mind immediately goes to like, let's try this out, right? Like I want to test it. I'm always trying to test it and see what it can and cannot do. And that's just like how my mind works. So immediately I'm going, can this work with a phone microphone? And my mind normally goes to like, how can I also get this so anybody could use it, right? Like any of you guys can come in here, throw your audio in if you were at a diner or a place and you just wanted to share a quick thought or idea and upload a short, but it was really loud, you know? Like we have this one person in our group named Kai, and Kai is an amazing dude. So he's been doing so good and stuff. He just did this big competition for weightlifting, and we're all so proud of him for doing that. For muscle and fitness. But he will be in a situation, and we have other people that are like this, that will maybe be at a Starbucks or something along those lines and have their microphone on. Imagine as this gets to more real time, how it's just going to be implemented so well into every microphone that we have, that as we're walking around with our AirPods in or whatever it may be, that it's isolating our voice in a public space so we can talk and it not. And another weird, really crazy thing, Apple actually showed this off. I don't mind pulling it up. Let me find it. When Apple showed off their new AirPods, right? At their new event, they showed the new like isolation mode as this guy was walking. Here's the video.
Whether you're on the go or at home, we have some great new features that bring more convenience to the things you do every day and elevate the entertainment experience for everything you watch. So, let's start off with AirPods, which are the most loved headphones in the world with an incredible audio experience.
I love my AirPods.
This year,
great.
We're making it even easier to interact with Siri for a seamless, hands-free experience. For those instances when you may not want to speak out loud in response to Siri, like on the bus to work, or in those places that are a little too crowded, we've created the ability to simply nod your head yes, or gently shake your head no to interact.
That's pretty cool as well. Like just having movement for those public spaces, because like the crazy thing is, if you guys, I don't know if many of you guys know this, I'm sure you probably do, but society in different countries acts totally differently in public. You know, like my younger brother recently did a trip to Tokyo, Japan, and to Japan in general. And they do not talk in public as often as we do, especially in public spaces like buses and things like that. They just don't. And so, yeah, imagine you want to change music, but you can't tell it to skip. You have to pull your phone out. They're just making this a lot easier. And at some point it'll work like, you know, a Tesla, where it's like, oh, I already know what you do because you've done it enough times.
Call from Gam Gam. Answer it? Okay.
AirPods are also perfect for staying in touch with friends and colleagues by taking calls
I answer the
anywhere,
phone when my grandma
even in
calls.
windy conditions or places with loud background noise. So to ensure your voice will sound crystal clear, no matter your environment, we're bringing voice isolation to AirPods Pro. Powered by advanced computational audio, voice isolation removes the background noise around you to deliver the best call quality.
Call from David. Answer it?
Oh, hey. I was just about to call you. The meeting went so well. Also, sorry, it's really noisy. Can you hear me okay?
That's amazing news. And yeah, I can hear you totally fine.
AirPods are also great while playing games.
So that's like one of those Gam Gam. I feel like that's a good name though. But it's like really, really cool to see these features not just be implemented for like any video that you want to shoot and try, but also them be like being implemented into things in real time changes a lot, because if you can isolate the voice with just your AirPods, now imagine if you wanted to go out and record a video similarly with what I'm talking about here. You don't even have to run it through this process. Then you would just wear your AirPods and talk, be like, hey, today I'm here at the beach doing this and this and that, and it would already isolate your voice as you're recording. And be that good. It's like, why would you need wireless microphones? Why would you need, you know, if I showed you the whole setup that we need, also what plugs into the phones or into the cameras to get good audio in those situations, it's crazy. You know, you actually need quite a bit of stuff. So Apple needs to upgrade their AirPods in this way. Yeah, previous versions, like when they initially came out with the noise isolation thing. Listen, I'm wearing, these are Sony headphones, right? And I've had these for like a long time. I think I've had them for like 4 or 5 years now. So they're a little old. I think there's like been 2 generations since they came out. They have noise cancellation in them, which is great. And it's really good. Like if you're on a plane or something like that, you know how important noise cancellation is if you've had to fly and you don't have it, right? And the thing that they really suck at that I feel like Apple is like so good at is noise pass through, right? Like there's a button on here that allows them to like pass noise through the headphones, so then I could still listen to music or listen to something that you guys are doing. But if someone's standing next to me and talking, I can hear them. You know what I mean? And if you guys have AirPods or similar other things, I haven't really tried any of the Google stuff or Samsung stuff yet, but I know that they have noise canceling too, I'm sure. But Apple's is like really, really good at the noise pass-through aspect of the headphones. So it's like even the AirPod Pro Max, right, are incredibly good in comparison to these headphones at still being able to have a conversation with somebody and have the headphones on your head. I tend to have to do like this, where I have like one ear out when I'm talking to people, because I just, even with the pass-through, I can't hear what they're saying. Could be because of my ears. I've listened to a lot of EDM music as I grew up, so who's to say what damage that did, but it definitely is better. So Bose headphones are like on another tier list, I think, higher, right? Like anything from Bose is top tier stuff. Let's start the music back up here. We're gonna go over some more stuff. How is everybody liking it so far? We're 30 minutes into the imagination hour here, and we're gonna go through another thing that I shared. But basically 11 Labs has an app called the Reader app. I think this is the right link. Let me pull it here. I'm gonna post this in here for you guys as well. This allows you guys to use, here, we'll watch a film. It's funny, I'm like, should I explain it or should I show you guys?
Ever find yourself distracted by your phone?
Just send you over the link. Give it a read when you're done driving.
It's all good. I can listen to it now.
In financial news today, global markets continue to soar.
The world is large.
Ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes. Everything you need to know about mindfulness and living your life in a way that reflects.
An introduction to organic chemistry and bioengineering.
Then another drop fell.
From the internet, you guys. You can post an article and have it read to you with this app.
A dash of lemon and 2 tablespoons of Greek honey.
Good news on the Californian coastline.
And you get to pick what voice you want to use.
Now you can spend less time scrolling and more time listening to our high-quality AI voices. Your life narrated. Download the 11 Labs Reader app today.
So for any of you multitaskers out there, right, that like to exercise and listen to things, or work and listen to things, pretty cool, you know? Like I think as the technology grows and stuff too, it's getting further and further away from us having to utilize our hands to like make decisions. Like before you know it, it's all going to be, and if you've seen the Vision Pro headset and a couple other VR headsets and AR devices, like augmented reality stuff and virtual reality, gestures are now becoming less touch and more movement. Yeah. Yep. If you download the 11 Labs app, you should be able to paste links from the internet, throw PDFs in there, certain books, certain things like that. So what's crazy about this feature, and this is kind of like, it's up to you, you know, like I'm a firm believer in making the people that make things, right? Especially if it's straight from them, giving them not only credit, but the profit of their labors. So I don't know. I saw one person say one thing that they do with this is that it's so easy to just go into Google and type in blah, blah, blah book PDF, right? And then like normally a link will show up for that whole book in PDF that you can just download. So you don't have to buy the Kindle version. You don't have to buy any of these things. And all they're doing is they're like downloading that whole PDF, throwing it into this app, and having Burt Reynolds, because they have celebrity voices now. I'm going to let you guys listen to them, right? But yeah, so now they're like, hey, listen, I want the Lord of the Rings to be read to me by Burt Reynolds, right? And you can get that experience now, even though Burt Reynolds isn't with us anymore. But yeah, the app takes articles, PDF, EPUBs, ebooks, or any other text on your phone and turns it into a emotionally rich, context-aware voiceover. They got
11 Labs is proud to introduce the iconic voice collection. Choose from our exclusive selection of famous AI voices, including the illustrious Judy Garland. Able to read your favorite stories, publications, and uploads in the most authentic way possible, including The Wizard of Oz.
At that moment, Dorothy saw lying on the table the silver shoes that had belonged to the Witch of the East.
So download the 11 Labs Reader app today. Your favorite stories with your favorite iconic voices.
Yeah, they have what do they have? A few.
Listen to your.
They have James Dean, Judy Garland, Burt Reynolds, Sir Laurence Olivier. That's awesome. I want to hear the Burt Reynolds one though, so I gotta go find that. Yeah, AI Burt Reynolds. Let me see. Where is it? It's funny because you'd think what I should do is just go into the actual app and see if it's in there, right? Let's go to voices, clone new voices, personal, pre-made. Are they in here, or they're like, no, you have to, it's only on the app, probably. I've got a couple of voices in here you guys might know.
We must embrace pain and burn it as fuel for our journey.
A wise man will make more opportunities than he finds.
This is like a whole tool I've gone over before, but 11 Labs is incredibly cool. You can make sound effects with it. You can do voices. You can create voices.
A wise man will.
I did this whole one of my dad for this marketing thing that we're doing, and I want you guys to listen to this, right? Tell me how close this is, because there's another element to it that I could do, but I'm curious what you guys think. So I'm going to play it.
Let's talk about the headache of searching for real, measurable steps on how to grow your network marketing company online. You know what I'm talking about. No matter how many conventions you attend or how many outdated training videos you watch, you're still sifting through info products, hoping something touches on your problem. Would you like to know why this hasn't been working for you? I'll give you a hint. It's not your fault. It's not because you haven't picked up the phone 38 more times. It's not because you're just not salesy enough. And we both know it's not because you haven't reached out to your upline enough. Hello? Do they ever pick up that damn phone? You have been taught what I call cross your fingers marketing. That's why I compiled everything I learned over my 27-year network marketing career and made the course I wish I had in the beginning. Believe it or not, the course has a beginning, middle, and an end. The end is when you have absolute confidence in your knowledge and ability to replace your full-time income. No more outdated training, no more guesswork.
You can do that, Melody. You can have that's like the future, right? Is that I've trained. So basically, to show you guys, if I go to generate or if I go to voices, right, and I say add a new voice, I can do voice cloning here, and it wants 25 audio files, right? Or you can have up to 25, but it needs 5 minutes of audio of anybody. But anything more than that doesn't really bring that many improvements to it. I can zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this better. But so all I did was just get a bunch of audios of my dad, pretty easy. And I've done this with a couple of other people when this tool first came out to like see how it worked, right? And I'll show you those in a second. But you could even record your own audio and make a copy of your voice, right? Obviously, you have to confirm that you have all the rights to the voice and everything like that. You know, it's probably not a good idea, and you guys have probably already seen this, but like people that do advertisements for AI stuff or things along those lines, but it's it'll be like Joe Rogan or something like that talking about a product. Yeah, I feel like that's in the similar place as crypto, right? Where like just because it's not regulated completely doesn't mean it can't be actively regulated in the future, and you can be prosecuted in the past for things you've done, right? Like they could always make that idea or that line up. So I've even seen people have done like crypto scams, like they call them like pump and dumps, basically. Like say you're a creator, you go, I'm coming out with a brand new coin. It's called Dogecoin or whatever it's called, right? And I need you guys to invest in it. We're going to the moon, invest in it, and we're going to the top. And then you get your whole following of millions of people who invest in this cryptocurrency. So then the price of it skyrockets, right? Because the value of it is only as valuable as the amount of people that want to pay for it, that amount for it, right? So it goes all the way up. The person that started the currency had already owned a majority of it, like sometimes 50, 60% of it before, and they had started it and bought it for nothing or created it for almost nothing. And then when it goes all the way up to like $100 a coin, then they just sell all of their coins off. It drops immediately back down. Everybody that bought gets screwed, but the person that started the crypto scam or whatever it may be gets all the profits, the millions of dollars. People like Jake Paul and the Paul brothers, Logan Paul and stuff. A few of them have done that. If you guys know those YouTubers, like those pump and dump schemes. So I'm saying that to say that there's been crypto stuff that's been passed that will allow people to like retroactively sue for things that have happened. And I could see that happening with audio. So say you took my dad's voice and you used it to say, hey, I'm Robert Hollis and I think Amway is just the best. And I want everybody to join Amway and I support Amway. Right, I could take his voice and even take his image right now and make an Amway ad where it looks like my dad Robert is supporting Amway and not supporting what he's currently doing, right? I could do that. And there may not be any laws for doing that now, but there's probably going to be laws retroactively for doing that. And it might even fit into current laws like, what is it? Slander or defamation. Defamation is the other one you could do. But I have a couple of voices in here because I was like, I wonder how far I could take it, right? So I've got a couple people in here that you might know. Let me find them, zoom out so I can see everything again.
Efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right things.
So that's a voice I cloned. Does anybody know whose voice that is? First name Carl. Carl Sagan. So
Life is what happens while you are making other plans.
That's Albert Einstein. And then this one is
the biggest room in the world is room for improvement. The biggest room in the world is room for improvement.
So if you guys remember when I was first goofing around with these voices, right? I did a couple of ads for them for the Imaginators stuff. And it was like Albert Einstein and Walt Disney talking, and similarly, right, to where where we're going with this is it's like, okay, yeah, you can do that, but odds are you probably shouldn't. Not that Albert Einstein's estate's going to come after us for promoting Imaginators with it. We didn't, but it could happen in the future. So something to think about. So yeah, I didn't find Burt Reynolds' voice in there. I think probably the best thing that you could do is just go download the app yourself and listen to Burt Reynolds' voice, but be pretty cool. So there's one more AI thing that I want to show you guys, and then we'll get into Q&A because we're kind of coming up at the top of the hour here. I don't want to take too much time on these calls. I just want them to be somewhat brief. So this is Character.AI. And if you guys don't know about this and you have kids, right, and they're in school, they might know about this. So Character.AI is this website that allows you to make AI people or generate assistants based off of anything. But it's and talk to basically anybody. So imagine if I just showed Albert Einstein, right? If I put Albert Einstein in here, somebody has trained an Albert Einstein AI already, right? Looks like it's not in English, so that's unfortunate. We'll pick a different one here, but you could try different things. You could play games, discover different characters and stuff. I haven't really messed around with this because I'm just always using GPT. Who's like a person that we could find? See, I messed up the spelling of his name. That was my issue. So now there's voice in here. I could select his voice. Let's see.
I am Albert Einstein and was born March 14, 1879.
So someone's already created the voice, so we can ask Albert anything. Like I said, it's been trained. You can see the persona here. You can see characters will remember personal information. I can add background about myself, a display name for myself. So this is no different than ChatGPT, right? And if you have the app, the Character.AI app, you can actually talk on the phone with Albert Einstein right now. So I could be like, hey, Albert, can you give me ideas for YouTube videos? Let's see how good Albert is at giving me YouTube video ideas, right? So this is Character.AI. And
a good YouTube video idea could be 10 biggest unsolved mysteries of the universe.
Isn't that cool? I mean, I didn't think he'd just read it right back to me, right? But if you go back to Character.AI, guys, you could search up any character in here. It's insane. And some of them are like, I should go to the most viewed, but you're just gonna see like a lot of anime characters in there. But look, if I wanted to talk to Spider-Man, it's in there, right? And I have his voice, so I could click this.
Hey, let's unravel the mysteries of the deep jungle and its hidden wonders.
Welcome, Dream Chaser. Here to help you.
Guess who? Keeping you guessing with every word.
You could pick the Spider-Man voice you want, right? And we go back, there's business things here. There's all different things. It's like, what do you want to do? Go on an adventure. I want to write a story with a creative helper, right? So this is basically what personal GPTs wanted to be. And I'll show you why right now, right? Watch this. So I just asked GPT how many people use Character.AI. So as of early 2024, Character.AI, and this number is bigger, I think it's 60 million now, has around 20 million users worldwide. The platform has seen significant growth, particularly among younger audiences. So this is where young people are getting into it. They're not really interested in ChatGPT as much because for them, they're going like, once again, the use case has to be in their wheelhouse. It has to be something that they would want to use it for. And ChatGPT is kind of like business oriented more than anything right now, right? Like it's good at helping you write emails, good at helping you do homework, good at helping you do personal development stuff, but it's not refined yet for you. And so how do you translate that to a younger generation? Yeah, so then it's like, okay, I want to talk to somebody, but I want to talk to C3PO. Or here's another one, right? If I go back to that and I type in here, who's one of the most popular people for young people? It should be Mr. Beast, right? So Mr. Beast has had 2.1 million. Let's listen to his voice.
Mr. Beast.
We could pick his voice. That was the default one. But I could ask Mr. Beast about stuff like what videos, right? Similarly. We'll see what it says. Yeah, Taylor Swift's in there. Everybody's in there. I haven't really run into many people that they haven't put in here, and you just want to go for the ones that are the most upvoted.
Some video ideas for your animal YouTube channel could be creating entertaining and informative videos.
I don't want the voice because that's not Mr. Beast. So I just wanted to show you guys this because I've come across it and it seems to be like really, really gaining traction. Like, look, you have people like Socrates in here. 7.2 million chats with Socrates. That's nuts. Expert musician, ask me anything. Travel guide, story maker. So these are the helper ones. You got books, right? If you want to talk to Tom Riddle from Harry Potter or something like that. Image generating tools to help you out with that. Comedy, you talk to Elon Musk. 37 million people have talked to Elon Musk. Or Kenny from South Park, right? Michael Jackson, 8.9 million people have talked to Michael Jackson. So you can create a character. This is free. I think the plus just allows faster response time. So you saw that it took a little bit of time there. But I recommend you guys try this out. Yeah, we could throw any... My mom loves Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I wonder if anyone's made a profile for him. There he is, 180,000 chats. Mom, you could chat with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I wonder if his voice is in here.
Excuse me, but I think you dropped something. My jaw.
Look at that. I'm gonna tell you right now that my mom's gonna try this out. Download the app and talk to Jeffrey Dean Morgan. So with the app, you can have conversations like I've shown you with ChatGPT. Now, remember that there's going to be like a ping that's going to happen. So there's always going to be a delay. It's not going to be as immediate. And that's something that I'll kind of end this on, is that there's been delays with a lot of ChatGPT features, which is unfortunate, but the instant voice reactions and the full visual stuff that they've shown off earlier has been delayed to like fall, I believe. So those real-time conversations, it's unfortunate for me because I've had a couple of content ideas that I'm excited to make that required those updates. One of them is I built this whole setup, right? And I'm going to do stuff in the kitchen with it because me and Hannah are going to do some cooking streams and stuff on Twitch. But outside of that, I want to do a video or a live where I cook with ChatGPT, or Nova in my case. That's what my GPT's name is. It picked it out. So I have this whole setup that has a camera that will allow ChatGPT to see what I'm doing in real time. And then once the voice comes out, it will also be able to talk to me in real time. So you'll see me go through this whole entire process of making something, and I'll go from like easy shit to like really complicated stuff, and do that with a lot of different things. So I want to make content where it's like me hanging out and working with chat, see how far I can go. It's like, can I build a thing with ChatGPT? Can it teach me how to paint? Can I learn piano with it? All these different kinds of things that are like use cases for it, I believe, right? That people would actually use it for. So with that said, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this imagination hour. This was really fun to just knock a bunch of stuff out for an hour. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick, and then we'll answer questions. I'm gonna click the thing to start a Q&A. We'll see how this works, right? So it says, ask any questions. I don't know where that came up or how it came up in the thing, but you guys should be able to write your questions in there for me to see. I'll run to the bathroom once I know that this works. Does anybody maybe nobody's got questions. I was going to say, somebody type in there something. Please. No. Okay, there we go. I see that it does say ask something. Okay, cool. It does work. I'll be right back, you guys. Thanks for waiting, and then we'll answer questions and finish this out for the day. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Let me see here. Yeah, it's at the top of the chat. I don't know if it's... because I can't see it in my OBS panel. I have to like look over here to see if there's any questions. If there isn't any questions, we'll just wrap it up with like a little bit of what I have in store for you guys. Do they have a separate app for the voice isolator? Let me... Well, it's funny, Mom, believe it or not. When you're asking like where Hannah is, she's actually working on some stuff for us right now. But on top of that, she's not an Imaginator. So I'm assuming that you had to pay to be on here, right? Let me see. Are you a 1-month member? I think you are. Yep. Okay, let me see here where I can find the questions. Yeah, I got them. Do I think that I'll be doing more than one show a week? So currently, if I wanted to, I could do AI updates every single day, but I think that it's like a little insane to be doing that. It's a little overwhelming for like a lot of people to have constant things. So I think what I'm going to do is every Tuesday, we're going to do an imagination hour. And then maybe one other day of the week, we'll do one that it will be the opposite of this. It will be a tutorial one. So it will be, I'll do one AI news one covering all of the updates and the things that you can use with a Q&A. And then I'll do another one that will be a tutorial based off one of those tools that I think will benefit you guys the most and how to utilize it. Basically what I did with the ChatGPT stuff. And then the Imaginators group meetings will turn more into like us as a community sharing and inspiring and sharing our wins and helping each other out there. I'll still help you guys out there, of course, but this will be another separate way with tutorials and with all that stuff for you guys to kind of get more benefits. If you guys could do me a huge favor, if you guys know anybody that's interested in like any of this stuff that we share in Imaginators or could just use a community like this, please share that we're doing this stuff now in here, because I believe a lot of people are kind of like on the fence about using AI stuff or doing certain things like this. And if they were in a community of people that were inspired, it would benefit them so much. They would leave like that fear aspect of AI and be like, wow, I can see how this really could benefit what I want to do in the future and the exciting ideas that I have. So if you guys could do us a huge favor, like this video, it's a members only video. So I don't think it's really going to help us algorithmically if you guys like it, but we are going to take content from these and repurpose it as well. So, you know, when I do tutorials and stuff, we'll make quick shorts out of them and stuff. And that will be to promote the Imaginators and promote getting more people into this community, because one thing I really, really want to do in the future is just grow this community and Unlimited Wisdom to just, like I said, I want to fill stadiums with us. You know what I mean? Of people just excited about creating things, whether it's music, marketing, advertising, films, books, anything, right? Like this new wave of creativity is coming, and I'm so excited about it that I don't mind like getting on here a couple of times a week and saying stuff. I'll always schedule and announce these like at least 24 hours beforehand, and you guys will see them scheduled. A notification will go out to all of you guys, and I will, starting with this one, I'll send out emails as well, letting you guys know to the email list that they're happening. So I'll answer a couple more questions if you guys have any. I'm seeing from Sandy, does the 11 Labs have a separate app or iOS for the voice isolator? I don't think that the voice isolator is actually, is it? I don't know if it's in the apps yet. Let me see. This is something that I would have to check because I haven't checked their app. But the voice isolation thing is definitely online on that link that I sent you right here. So it says that I can enable and use it right now. Enable microphone to access it. They might still be in beta with it a little bit. So yeah, it costs character, so you will need an account. So this isn't free. 500 megabytes in an hour in length is the maximum size. Of course, you could always just cut a 3-hour video into multiple 1-hour videos. It's not for music vocals. I mean, that makes sense, you know? And then can I stream through API for real-time use cases? This is something that they will do in the future. This was the element that I was sharing about the what Apple's doing, right? So yeah, it doesn't look like it looks like you can isolate for free and try stuff. I know you get a certain amount of credits for making an account. So you guys can go through like that process, but the full voice isolation thing, we'll have to see. If you can take it on the go. With that said, guys, we're at the top of the hour here. We're done with our first imagination hour as Imaginators. I just want to say that I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for your questions and being on here. Thank you, Melody, James Sanders, and Dad, and everybody that donated and stuff like that as well. Thank you guys for utilizing this outlet to give. You know, like I know we stopped doing lives. I think what we're going to lean into more is just doing private members lives, because they don't hurt or affect the channel's algorithm in any way. And I feel like we can get so many nuggets that we can cut into full videos from these user lives that I don't mind live streaming in them. So we are kicking around the idea tomorrow. I haven't gotten a confirmation from Craig and my dad of streaming the podcast as we're recording it live just for you members only. So that will be like another members perk that you'll get as Imaginators or Inner Circle, is that you guys get to watch the podcast live, not recorded. That's something we're kicking around, so we might end up doing that tomorrow. I'm very excited for the podcast tomorrow. Can't spoil it for you guys here because we're still workshopping a couple of things, but very excited for it. And if we do it live, it will probably be tomorrow at like noon, and we'll announce it if we do decide to do that before we do it live, right? So with that said, and then it will premiere every Friday at noon. So you guys will actually get to see the podcast a whole 2 days early and get to see it live and interact with us. And I believe that aspect of it will be like really, really cool for getting more people into Imaginators too, that they'll have that live interaction with us again. So with that said, love and appreciate you guys all so much. Yep, it will be Pacific time. Love and appreciate you guys so much. Thank you again for being on here. Thank you for the donations, and we will see you guys again soon. Thanks again. Talk to you.